What's happening, guys? So something a lot of people probably think but are not going to say when it comes to PlayStation and Xbox this generation, regardless of how you feel over either one of those. One thing you probably have thought but have not said, especially now that we're seeing a uh, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5. Now that we're seeing a lot of that, one thing nobody has said is that PlayStation and Xbox have kind of duped themselves or tricked themselves, or I don't know the correct way to say fuck themselves by these refreshes. Both of them have done this. Okay, we're approaching what, 5 years for both of them. PlayStation Pro really screwed over PlayStation 4. Excuse me, regardless of how you feel about Sony, regardless, think of it this way. Everybody's like, oh, when's PS5 coming out? Not for a while. And it's not because that, oh, we can't have a new console. It's got nothing to do with that. These iterations, these mid-fresh, whatever you want to call them, the Pro, the X, One X, meaning Xbox One X, have screwed up the life cycles. Okay? Think about it. Had Xbox not come out with the Xbox One X, or PlayStation 4 not come out with the Pro, we could have a PS5 this year. We could have a PS5 at least be announced for this year, you know, at E3, like, oh, here it is, here's this, here's that, here's it. They could have one because they didn't have a refresh or a whatever, mid-cycle, whatever. But they did. They put one out there. And I've been saying this about Sony since this generation started. It's looking a lot like Sega back in the day. If you were around for Sega back in the day, you know what I'm talking about. This generation for fucking PlayStation, for some unbeknownst reason, isn't PlayStation. It doesn't feel like PlayStation. It's not acting like PlayStation, because in reality, when you look at these things, it's not PlayStation. When the hell have you ever known PlayStation to have so many fucking accessories for one console? One console has so many accessories. When has that ever been a thing for PlayStation? Never. Sure, you had the handheld and you had the core system, but this generation is littered with accessories. Littered with accessories. And I don't mean those little accessories like a little skin for your controller or a dock station so you don't have to plug it into the damn thing. No, I mean literal accessories that you have to have in order to play more on the damn console. PlayStation has never done that. And they've done it this generation, which is why I say they're more Sega than Sony. Think about it. Sega had the Master System, or the Mega Drive. The Mega Drive was a train wreck of bullshit. It wasn't a bad system. It just had too many fucking accessories, and then they didn't even support one of the damn accessories. PlayStation is doing the exact same thing. You can be like, oh, it's not true, it's not true. You can cry all you want to, but the facts are, PlayStation gave up on the Vita during the PS3 life cycle, only to in turn reiterate it and regurgitate the damn thing to make it a failure in this generation. Remember, when PS4 launched, they decided to push Vita, even going as far as making a Vita 4 bundle, meaning a PlayStation Vita and a PS4 bought at the same time. So they brought that in. They didn't have to. They had no reason to do that. They did that, which is why I say Vita is part of the failures on the 4, because they brought it. Had they left it in the PS3 generation, because nobody was really giving a fuck about it then either, except for the small hardcore Vita fans who need to let it go, because until you admit the company is wrong, you still gonna bitch about it. So They brought the Vita in. That's the first accessory for the PS4. They brought the Vita over to have the remote play, be a second screen, be a controller, all these additional functions. Yes, you have to have the Vita to have those functions, meaning now the Vita is an accessory to the 4. A lot of people don't do that. They don't consider that. They don't think about that. That's the first accessory. First accessory, because you can't fully function a PS4, fully function with the all enhanced bullshit without that Vita to get every aspect of the PS4. We're talking about every aspect of the PS4 here. Next is that VR headset abomination. And you can be like, oh, it's not an abomination all you want to, but still sitting at under 10% of current PS4 owners own a PS Vita. Sony themselves declared a failure. Yes, they've come out and said the PSVR is not doing what they expected it to do. Sony came out and said that. I'm not saying that just to say no. Sony came out and said the PSVR is not doing what we expected it to. They said that. Not me. I've been saying it because I knew it wasn't going to do shit. They said it. Another accessory to get the full experience of this one console. One fucking console. 2 accessories already. Are you ready for the fucking third? PlayStation 4 Pro. Yes, it is a PlayStation 4, yet the Pro Edition has features that you can't get on the 2013 model or even the Slim model, making it accessories. That's what that is. It's an accessory. It's not a requirement, but it's an accessory if you want to experience the whole fucking PS4 experience. PlayStation has become the new fucking Sega this generation. That's all they've done. What the fuck? Who asked you to become Sega 2.0, Sony? Your legacy, as in PS3, as in PS2, as in PS1, was having a great library of games. Nobody told you to copy the formula of fucking Sega from back in the 90s. Nobody. Your features, meaning accessories, are failures. Such as with Sega. Sega's accessories or features failed. 32X failed. That little CD player you had on the side for some reason failed. Why in the hell is a company like Sony, who should be kissing everyone's ass that they are even in this generation, since the PS3 was such a fuck story from the beginning, doing this? They don't have that PS2 reputation. They have an entire span of a generation where they were complete utter fucking failures. Yes, the software was good with games like Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. You had the introduction of other IP. Yes, all those are great, but the problem is a lot of those IPs that came out last generation were on both consoles. So you got the 360 also having a bunch of those titles, which people declare great Sony games. Unlike Uncharted, which is an original IP. The original IPs were not as heavy. You get what I'm saying? A lot of them were definite misses. They had a few really good golden gems. They had a few that probably should have just waited till this generation to make this generation better, but they didn't. But like I said, this is just something I don't think anyone's gonna say, is that, you know, PS4, had they not done this little bullshit accessories push, because notice Xbox isn't accessories. Xbox is full-fledged consoles. They don't have any bullshit to attach to the Xbox One yet. I know HoloLens is supposed to, but it doesn't exist in where we can all experience it right now. So think about it. PlayStation 4, so many fucking accessories, so much bullshit to go along with that system just to get the full PS4 experience. You have the PlayStation 4, you got the base model, the Pro, the fucking VR headset, and the Vita. And the only reason the Vita is brought in here is because Sony themselves brought it to this generation. They could have left it dead in 2013, but they brought it. They brought it here. So yes, it is tied into this generation because Sony didn't want to let it go, even though it was already dead. Be mad at me for saying that all you want to, but who the fuck else is responsible? It isn't the fans, because the fans weren't buying for the Vita. Hell, they didn't even buy the damn Vita when it was on PS4 for that. That's Sony's fault. You be mad at me for saying that, but that's their product. They could have left in the PS3. They brought it over here. So if you're saying, oh, well, Vita's a failure from the 3, Vita's a failure from the 3 and the 4, because they brought it. And they left it alone, left it for dead in the PS3 generation. I wouldn't say nothing about it. But yes, the PS4 Pro, the Xbox One X are both very unnecessary systems that only prolong this generation even more, because I guarantee you, if Sony launched a PS5 in 2019, people would be in their feelings much like they were with Sega back in the 90s. You can be like, oh, that's not true. It is. How many people would feel screwed over if they just went out and bought a Pro? Not even today, even last year. You mean tell me, oh, I bought this Pro in 2017, and 2018 you're announcing a PS5. You mean to tell me that whole audience wouldn't be pissed? You're full of shit. If you think they wouldn't, you're full of shit. They'd be running back to GameStop, giving money back. Sony would be, well, I thought we just made some money. No, because your audience turned on you because you're doing what Sega did in the 90s. So when E3 hits, please don't be looking for no damn PS5. Realize the PS4 Pro really and literally fucked Sony into having a few more years before the PS5 was even thought of to come out, because of it, and because of sales, and because of all that. Otherwise, yeah, go ahead and launch the PS5, man. See if it doesn't have a horrible backlash due to people not trusting you anymore. See if it doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say that, get that out there, because it's true. It's very true. I mean, you can't have as many accessories on a console like PS4 does, and then have an iteration like PS4 Pro, and then 2 years later say, oh yeah, by the way, we're coming out with a brand new system in 2019. So many people are going to feel some type of way. I guarantee you Sony thinks, or somebody at Sony has to think, if we announce PS5 at 2018's E3, the decline that we have been seeing when it comes to PS4 sales is just gonna fucking cliff dive, halt. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do that. They don't want to. They see it still selling. You know, it's still going good. They see it still selling. But if they came out with PS5 at E3 this year, I guarantee you it'd be a cliff dive. Right now it's just doing this. It's steadily declining. If they announced a PS5, showed it off at E3, believe me, those would be straight down. There would be none of this little snowboard hill. There would be none of that. There would be a straight, okay, we're dead. That would happen, because what would be the point? Who would run out and buy a PS4, whether Pro or Slim, after PlayStation comes out with a fucking PS5 official reveal? Who would do that? Nobody. Nobody's going to run out and buy that system. And Sony knows that. So what they're going to do is they're going to let the PS4 sales dictate when they announce that. And due to the PS4 Pro, it's going to be a few more years. You can hate that all you want to, but I'm telling you, I'm a guy who's been talking about Sony since I started this channel. And they don't want to do that. That'd be a stupid move on their behalf. They don't want to kill it right away. You still have Death Stranding. You still have Spider-Man. You still have Days Gone. You still have these really big titles that you've been building up for the past 3 E3s now. And the last thing you want to do is hurt any of those. Think of how bad it would hurt Death Stranding if, PS5's announced. How bad it would hurt Days Gone, PS5's announced. Because everyone's going to be like, well, is it going to be on that system? Because I really don't want to buy this one just for those when I need to start getting my money together to buy the next thing. Nobody's going to do that. And Sony definitely doesn't want to hurt their IPs by doing something as stupid as that. So, yes, even if you're in your feelings about it, even if you're super pissed about it, realize the Pro, these mid-generation refreshes, have hurt this generation more than help it. Xbox One X, I guarantee you, isn't doing the numbers fucking Microsoft was hoping for, because they're too damn dumb to realize power isn't everything. And PlayStation Pro isn't doing numbers they wanted to do because everybody went out and bought a regular PlayStation, and only a small percentage give a fuck about whatever the PS4 Pro can actually do. So, yes, they're stuck, but it's their own damn fault they're stuck. And nobody's gonna say it. I'll say it because I really don't give a fuck, and it needs to be said. Anyway, guys, I will see you next time. Deuces.